Hey guys, it's Johnny with RV SWAT. Today we're going to be installing the Mopeka LPG Tank Check, so stick around. Alright, so this is actually going to be a two-part video. This video we're actually going to install the tank checks and install the app on the phone and get the product up and running. And then the next video we're actually going to tie it into our RV Whisper system. So let's get this opened up, show you what's inside the package. Now you'll see here this spot is empty. It says the monitor not included. They do have a model that has a small monitor that you can actually mount on your wall by your control panel, and there's actually buttons on it that'll show you the levels. We're not using the control panel because between the app on the phone plus the RV Whisper system, it's kind of redundant to have the control panel. Alright, so we have two tank checks because we have two propane tanks on our RV. So we'll set those aside. And then we also have, this depends on your RV. These are standoffs, I guess you would call them, that you put on the bottom of the tanks, which we'll show you in a little bit. But those, you'll put 4 of them on the bottom of your tank, and it just raises your tank up a little bit, so the sensor will have room to sit under your tank. It depends on how your RV is set up, so we'll see if we need these or not later. And also it comes with the little tube of gel, and this is going to be applied to the actual sensor behind this tape. We'll see in a minute. You actually apply a little drop to the sensor, and that's what touches on the bottom of the tank. So we'll get more into that whenever we get outside to the tanks. But first, let's get these into the app and get them up and running. Now, it doesn't say this in the instructions, but what I'm going to do is take a Sharpie, just so I'll know, because we have passenger side, driver side, or however you want to acknowledge your RV, door side, whatever. I'm going to put passenger and driver, right and left, however you want to do it. So this one, I'm just going to put a P for passenger, and this one I'm going to put a D for driver side. And that's just because as I get them installed into the app and get them up and running, whenever I go put them on the tank, because of the way I'll have them named in the app, I want to make sure I put them on the right side. Alright, so first things first, let's get them talking to the app. So I'll pull this up on the screen also. So as you can see on the app, I have it pulled up on the screen now. It's actually looking for Mopeka devices to add. So theoretically, we should hold the sync button. There's a green sync button right at the top, right up here. When we hold the sync button, it should pair with the device. Alright, so after we hold the sync button down for a few seconds, we see on the screen new LPG device. And it's updated just now. It's, of course, showing empty because we don't have it installed. Actually, it's showing full. So if we go into that device, we should be able to name the device. Settings, there we go. New LPG device, we're going to change this, and this was the driver side. So we're going to name it driver side tank. Right, done. It is a 30-pound, so right now it says 20-pound vertical. We have a 30-pound vertical, so we're going to set that. Tank region is United States. We want to see percentage. You can set it in percentage, centimeters, or inches. I want to know the percentage of full. And let's see here, notifications. I'm not really worried about the notifications because I'm actually going to set all my notifications in the RV Whisper. So once we get this installed, I'll come back and put a link up here to the RV Whisper, getting the devices working in RV Whisper system. Alright, so all that is set. And we should just be able to go back and back. And now it says driver side tank. So we know that one goes on the driver side. Now we'll take the passenger side and we'll hold the button down and see if it'll pair. There we go. You saw it pop in, new LPG tank. So we're going to click that one, and we're going to go to the settings, the little gear icon in the top right, and we're going to change that one to passenger side tank. Alrighty, and I may rename these later if I come up with a different naming scheme. I don't know how I want them yet. Let's change the 20 pound to 30 pound vertical. Percentage 20%, good. And back that up. So now we see in the app, we see passenger side tank, driver side tank, and they're both reading. So now it's just a matter of getting them installed onto the tank. So let's go outside and get that done. Alright, so you can see I got both of my tanks pulled out of the RV. We're going to get these prepped up and ready for the sensors. So what we're going to do is lay them down, and we're just going to make sure the bottom of the tank is really clean. So it looks pretty clean already, but I'm just going to wipe it off and make sure it's nice and clean. And we're going to do that to both of the tanks. My sensors, my tanks sit directly on a platform in my bay. So I probably don't need the risers, but you know what? I'm going to put them on just as an extra precaution, because the bottom of this part right here is pretty close to being level. So just to be safe, how many do I have? There we go. So now that'll raise it up off the ground a little bit. And now we'll take one of the sensors, and then right on the sensor here, you're going to see this is the two magnets, and then this is the actual sensor. So you want to take some of the grease, and you want to put just a little dab right in the middle of the sensor. It looks like a pea size to you? Mm-hmm. Alright. Now, the way they say that you want this is you want the actual sensor pad right in the center of the tank. Right? So we're just going to put it about right here. And the magnet pulls it down just like that. And then when you stand it back up, you have to leave it upright for a few minutes for the propane to settle back down and to get an accurate reading. So we're going to go ahead and install the one on the other tank. And we'll put gel on that one. Right. And we'll stick it right to the center of the tank. And we'll stand that one up. And now, before we bring them to town and fill them, because this one is pretty much completely empty and this one's running low, I'm going to let them sit here for about 5 minutes or so, and then we're going to see if we're getting a reading on our app. So I'll see you back in 5 minutes. Alright, it's been about 5 minutes. I got the app pulled up on the screen so you can see it. And you can see passenger side tank is completely empty, which I knew that already. And driver side tank is at 24%. So we were just about to run out of propane and didn't know it. They need to be filled up, so we're going to run into town. We're going to fill both the tanks up, and then we're going to look at the app and see if it's showing. We're going to see if it's showing an accurate 100% full. So let's go fill them up and see what happens. Alright, we got back from filling up the tanks, and they are reporting accurately. They are both saying 100% full now. The one that said completely empty was accurate. It took a whole 7 gallons. And the one that was rating 23% took 5 gallons to fill it up. So it looks like they're reporting accurately, and now they're full. So stay tuned. Next video, we're going to add it to the RV Whisper system. So in the RV Whisper system, I'll be able to set alerts to where at certain levels we'll start getting text messages and emails that the tanks are running low. So stay tuned. Watch the next video. I'll put a link to it right up here when it's ready, and you can see the RV Whisper system. If you like this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, click that subscribe button, and stay tuned. More to come.